So comment, subscribe, dislike, or like. Check out the links in the descriptions for other of my sites, other activities that I'm involved in. Got a whole bunch of Facebook groups you can check out. I play multiple card games, so I do music among other things, so check out the links in the description. This is my Yamcha Death in Texas deck. 1 copy of the leader. 4 King Piccolo 5 seconds to eradication. 4 Broly counter reversal. 4 Goku Eye for an eye. 4 Goku the Pure-Hearted. 4 Vegeta Exploding Weakness. 4 Kaioken Goku. 4 Oceanus. 4 Goku Skillless. 4 Nappa Super Combo. 4 Testing Opposition. 4 Violent Rays. 4 Goku Jr. Vegeta Jr. Saint Saiyan. 4 Lord Slug Giant Force. And 1 Pan Time Patrol Maiden, which I actually own. Yay! Ironically, I actually have all these cards. If I'm right, I think I do have that one as well. I don't have these. I just ordered Oceanus like two days ago, so just waiting for them to come in. But I do have everything else in here, so I can build the deck in IRL. Alright, anyway, so the taxes part of the deck is you want to play first off, turn 1 you want to be able to go off and use Goku Jr., Vegeta Jr., Saiyan Saiyan, along with like at least 1 Nappa, right? 2, potentially deal your opponent 4 to 5 damage, or 4. 3, 5. If you can get 5, even better, but at least try to get 4 damage, because once you play out your strategy, you'll be able to deal your opponent 4 damage as soon as they play a counter attack or counter play. And there is going to be some gameplay, so check that on the channel once I upload the gameplay. I just finished playing a game with this after I build it, so what I was saying. So you want to try to deal some damage, right? And then you want to play this on turn 2, do its +1 ability, so you're going to have to pitch a card for it. And the goal is obviously to get to 4 markers so you can get its ability to deal 1 damage when your opponent plays a counter skill. Then on turn 3, you want to play Goku's an Eye for an Eye, which also has the once per turn if your opponent plays a counter skill, dealing 1 damage. And then on turn 4, Broly counter reversal, when your opponent plays a counter skill, dealing 1 damage. So right there, there's potential for 3 damage if your opponent plays a counter skill. This leader awakens when you have 5 life. So you definitely want to make sure you take damage. Make sure you stop damage turn 1, but don't hesitate to take damage on turn 2. And then take some more damage turn 3, not a problem. Because remember, you're going to play this on turn 3 ideally, unless you have to play Kaioken Goku, or keep the 3 energy up and then play Vegeta on your opponent's turn to clear their board, just to help you get to turn 4. And then try to set this up or set this up, whichever one comes first, right? So you have options, but ideally you want to play this and not worry too much about taking damage. Because you want to be able to awaken, because on your awaken side you have the second auto that when a unison or one of your red battle cards, right, red unison or red battle cards deals damage to your opponent by a non-keyword skill, pretty much from any of my cards autos, they'll take 1 damage on top of the fact they're taking damage. So he'll deal 1 damage, this will deal 1 damage, this will deal 1 damage, and your unison will deal 1 damage. So right there's a total of 4 damage just by playing 1 counter skill, whether it be a counter attack, counter, or counter play. Counter attack and counter play are most common. And if your opponent doesn't, which is a win-win for you anyway, then that means you have attacks that are more likely going to go through because your opponent's not trying to counter them, right? Especially your opponent's not trying to use anything like testing opposition, like, the blocker negates, because that's bad for them. Good for you, bad for them, right? Because they'll take a life to play this for free. And, if they're doing that, playing it for free, and then they'll take an extra damage from, you know, your battle cards and Unison's effect. So taxes, right? Taxes suck, right? All that damage. And then we get, of course, the Piccolo and the Goku Pure Hearted. They have burn effects that you can combine with the leader, so they could potentially do 2 damage under the conditions of their effects. Then we got Kaioken Goku and Vegeta Exploring Weakness. That's for our board wipe. That's the death part of the deck. Oceanus, Violent Rays, and Testing Opposition for our defense. And Pan, of course, for our defense. Plus, you know, she gives us a 40k buddy so we can go on the offense. And she could potentially take one of our opponent's battle cards for 1 energy. And sending her to the out of game. That's pretty much it. It's simple, straightforward. You're just trying to get these cards on board. And hoping that your opponent makes the bad mistake. Another thing to keep in mind is Lord Slug has crit, so that does come in handy. The fact that you can keep swinging with Lord Slug and deal damage, and your opponent's not plussing out of it. And you'll see how this deck plays out in the gameplay. And that's the end of the video.